Okay, and we're live.
We're actually pretty on time this time.
Are we? What time is it?
7:34, only 4 minutes late.
That's nothing.
Are
That's
you
our
watching
time.
the TV? Because I'm on live.
Oh, I probably should let my household know that we're on a live. I have a horrible. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I'm horrible at like doing the announcements anymore. I'm horrible. I don't even give announcements anymore. I just say click live. If they catch us, they catch us. If not,
Okay,
they'll catch
well,
us at some point.
we probably need to work on that. But it is what it is. But
Did I just break my laptop?
this is more raw. This is raw.
Like 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 raw? Like raw?
Real. Like
Raw?
real. Like real.
Oh, so not like no condoms. Oh, okay.
Okay, no. Different type, different type.
And I'm the perverted one.
I mean,
Well, been a debate lately. Somebody trying to take that candle, crown, whatever you want to call it.
just wait. Did you hear, Rowan, in the last live? I was saying how your box is gonna come a little late because there's a few extra things that's going in your box. Yeah,
Really?
wait till you see what comes in your box. Talk about
Is it
being
a,
a perv.
is it a dick?
You'll see.
Well, it's several things. So,
Balls too?
You'll see. You'll
is
see.
that what you want? Are we trying to manifest? Like,
I mean, I can go cut off my. Well,
what?
oh,
Why does
not
it have?
mine. I was gonna
What?
say my neighbors, but
What?
no. I mean, I got plenty of neighbors. I can go in the back and just we'll take a machete. To
We're
one.
good.
You're good. You sure?
I don't want no
I
nec-
don't want
nec-
no scrubs.
necromantic phallus.
Oh,
Necrotic, more likely.
Thank
Necrotic.
you, necrotic. That was the word I was looking for.
necrophilia is the
Ew.
word, but
Bird,
okay,
bird, bird is the word.
bird is the
See,
word.
now I have a question about necrophilia.
Uh-huh.
That is such like for anyone who like just joined on that line, hilarious.
Whoops.
So, what's your question on necrophilia?
Well, like if you cut an appendage off that is dead, but then put it in a live body, is that still considered that? Or does the live person have to go into the dead thing person? You see what I'm
Well,
saying? Like, is it vice versa?
It's
Or
vice versa.
yeah,
the
the
one
dead
Because
thing goes on the living person.
either one could plop it right down.
Ugh.
Because rigor mortis is a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes when it's up, it stays up.
Yeah.
and clerks.
You ever
Yeah,
seen Medea's what
I
family
was just
funeral
thinking
or
that,
some
yeah.
shit?
So
y'all went one way, and I went something way older.
Okay, where were you heading? Because I went to Medea's fucking
Clerks, where she
funeral.
got busy in the bathroom, but she didn't realize the guy was dead, but he was just hard. You know what I mean? And there was a whole thing about it
Why do I feel like I know what you're talking about?
because everybody. It's a black and white. It was in the '90s, but it was a '90s movie by Kevin. I think it was Kevin Smith, but it was like all done in black and white. It was that this guy that works at a video store. It's called Clerks. Everybody knows Clerks. My generation knows Clerks.
Yeah, no, I don't know, huh? I don't know, huh?
You don't know.
I
You don't
don't
know.
know.
You should though. It's a good movie.
They're I don't know. Um, so happy dark moon, everybody.
Yes.
which I can't believe it's the dark moon already because it just felt like,
The full moon was yesterday. I know.
yeah.
Homegirl told me that it was the new moon like 2 days ago, and I was like, no, no, no.
Well, it's just been so busy.
The moon is moving too quickly.
I agree.
I didn't know it was midsummer until y'all did a live.
Yeah. Really?
Really? I didn't know it was midsummer until this bitch told me too. She telling me everything.
Wow. Wow. I would think you would know when the Sabbaths were.
Okay, look, I know, but it's like she said, it's been a busy fucking month. It's been hell on a stick. Honestly, June went by like that.
Yeah, I'm sad about it.
Y'all remember when it was January? That shit lasted 3 months.
Yeah. Oh my God, so much happened in January. It was stupid.
Noah says he needs new literature.
Well, I mean, Lights. The second book to Lights Out just came out. If that's
More of your
Well, hey,
chats.
Noah.
What?
I don't know. He walked away. He said something and walked away. It was like a mic drop moment.
Huh?
Oh. Huh?
I needed a mint.
Oh, a mint.
I keep them in the bottom of Santissima's altar.
As you said. What the hell was that?
Ooh, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you walk away.
That's because I got a dump truck. Anyway, look, do it. Do it.
What the hell was that?
It's the second book to Lights. It's book 2 of the
Did he
Lights
read
Out.
Lights Out?
Huh?
Did he read Lights Out?
I mean, I fucking hope so.
I don't. How you gonna recommend the second to a book you don't even know he read the first book?
Because everybody's read that book. It's amazing.
I haven't.
You don't like that kind of thing, though.
The only reason I even know what the cover looks like is because it was on the arm of the chair when I was there.
Yeah, and then you know what? I tried to send it home to my brother, and I couldn't find it, and I got very upset. I almost had a moment in front of my brother, and I had to like calm down.
All because she couldn't find her smut.
I couldn't find my smut book.
What was I going crazy looking for the other day that I couldn't find? Or no, it was you. You couldn't find Sandalwood.
Yeah, and I haven't looked anymore, but I still haven't found it.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck that went.
Like,
but I know we just used it.
like powder or like stick form?
Actually, I don't
No.
know. Huh?
Get on it.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't. Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
it's
yeah. He
twice
hasn't.
the size. This is a small one compared to the first one, and the first one was.
Noah, you're a dirty dog.
Noah, I was just about to say, you like smut?
Yes, he does. You know he does.
I don't read smut.
Everybody thinks Noah is so innocent, and he's really not.
Everyone thinks Noah is innocent.
No,
No.
not.
No. We stay
That man
here.
is 7'5", full of pure oil.
What? What?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you write it.
That's
I
worse.
don't read it. I'll write it.
That's worse.
Sir.
You know,
Sir.
I think we got into some topics when we were on a marijuana one time.
I'm married you,
we were
Juliana.
talking about stuff, and I think that's what he's talking about. See, I be getting high and forgetting shit.
I know.
Because Bougie just watched our last thing, and he was like, "I was cackling in the first 10 minutes. I don't remember shit from that
I don't
video."
remember our last video. I remember. You know what I do remember? I remember somebody commenting being like, April just wants to start. Meanwhile, Kevin just wants to gab, which was so true. I was just looking for a little chitty chat, and this bitch over here, 3 herbs in, looking at me like, are you going to do this or not?
Yeah, for some.
Am I outwitching you this month? Because I'll be reminding you of everything.
I mean, yes.
Change.
But
The new
but who took
Supreme
a
has
flight
been
last
chosen.
night? But who took a flight last night? Do you hear me?
No.
I said, but who took a flight last night?
My boobs look good.
My boobs look good too.
Your boobs look good too. Everybody's boobs look good tonight.
No, but who took a flight last night, though?
Who took a what?
A flight. Actually, it was this morning, but that's beside the point.
No, what's besides the point is you doing things on your own and not letting anybody know stuff.
You were there. You literally was like, how the fuck you do that?
And mind you, I woke up tired as a broken cracker on the floor this morning.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though. I don't know. That had to have been definitely half a dream because ain't no way your spirit was actually there, considering you were at work.
Right.
By the time I was actually astral projecting.
You know why I was there? Because I didn't want to be at work. I'm disassociated. New power unlocked.
Did you have a daydream earlier of me going for a flight and you getting pissed off? Like, how the fuck you be doing that?
No, but you know what I did do this afternoon when I came home and I was a little napping. I went to sleep thinking about how I used to do what you did last night, just like go, Now ask me if I went somewhere. No, I don't recall.
Well, maybe talking about that. You know what you got to do, honestly? Well, because you can do it in the waking state. I can
Yeah,
do it in the waking state. We can do that no problem. My thing is, I'm trying to be more advanced where I can do it in the sleeping state. You know what I mean?
yeah, and
And
I
if
feel
you
like
can't get there on your own, babe, we're witches. We're witches.
I,
Use a
I,
bit of magic.
I
We
mean, yeah,
have an oil.
We're witches, dear. We can do anything.
Love
right,
Grams. Love
right.
it. You didn't even know, did you? Did you know that was a Charmed reference?
You would
Yeah,
be proud, Kevin. My TikTok feed has been nothing but charmed lately.
As you know, some heifer told me she gets bored with Charmed. I don't know what heifer would ever get bored with Charmed.
Maybe the one that's turning her back.
Maybe the one that's turning her back. Just like how she turned her back on Charmed.
Oh, you're blonde. I should have known.
First of all, I just
Did you ever see
okay.
that TikTok about Charmed having something against
Against
blondes?
blondes? Yes, I did. I did. Yes, I did. She didn't.
No,
You were blonde.
Leo was blonde.
Huh?
Leo was blonde.
Leo
Was
is like
blonde.
dirty blonde.
It's still blonde.
But Phoebe went full on blonde, and
And
then
then
Paige and Phoebe went into the past by accident because of Piper. And Paige saw Phoebe with blonde hair, and Phoebe was like, "Yeah, I was evil because she was under some spell." And Paige was like, "Not that. You were a blonde." Because what the fuck? Right? Why would you? I don't know. See, this dog.
And then when they did the spell to find lost things, she turned back from being blonde.
And she
First of
kept
all,
it because she was like, you know what? Yeah, this brown does look
She was like, I hope this doesn't affect my virginity.
that was so
oh my god.
Piper was
Unless
Anyway,
like,
she's
that means you left. That means you lost your virginity. Ugh. Gross. I love that shit.
first of all, you can't be a blonde, a bleach bottle blonde, and then wear shit that shows you brown ass happy trap. Okay, you just can't. You just shouldn't.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Charmed is the perfect example. Well, at least with Phoebe, um, where I can love the character with all my being and hate the actress.
First of all, I
yeah.
don't have that ability because I hate her either way. And
Yeah, I don't like her.
secondly, that's why. Okay, I'm older than y'all. Okay, we forget how old I am. I have seen Charmed. I don't remember.
Babe, you have not seen Charmed more than me.
She
I
has
saw
seen
it
the
on
rise and the
TV.
fall.
Huh?
When it was a scheduled show. I was watching it,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and
And it's a scheduled show over here too, babe. Just
Next
because
on the
it's not on.
WBC, a
Huh?
new episode of Charmed.
Yeah. Just because we're not getting those commercials no more, don't mean that shit
First of
wasn't
all, you
repeatedly
want me to
on
talk,
my damn.
or do you want me to see myself out? Because if I'm not going to be able to talk tonight, I'm gonna see myself out.
You have the floor.
I'm gonna beat him with the floor.
Oh,
But you're gonna have to lift the floor first, and it's gonna be hard to do when you 2 inches off the floor.
oh.
Okay. Okay.
Moving on.
Nope.
What is this
But,
over
what's
here?
that song?
You know when I get bored. Let's just leave it at that. I get bored, and they bore me. Sometimes they bore me.
So after she just insulted my actual physical being,
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
you know it's funny. So off topic. We're never gonna be on topic.
Never.
So you know how I love my tattoos, right?
Mhm.
I have always wanted a tattoo for Charmed, but I could never think of one because I don't want to get a basic one. I don't want to
Like a
get
track by track.
yeah, I don't want to get the Triquetra or the Book of Shadows or the Power of Three will set us free. Like I don't want any of that basic shit. Matter of fact,
What
I have
about
a thing about my
P3?
Yeah,
I
I've
want
seen
to
those.
like a charm.
I've
Yeah,
seen those, bro.
okay.
People will get the logo. People will just get the P3. I need something unique.
Three different cats named with their names.
See, you know what I would do? I would do like how they're my cats, right? So you have the half black and half white, the full black, and then if I had Piper, which would, like I said, the only other cat I'd get in this lifetime would be a long-haired black cat, and then that would be the long-haired black cat, and then just those
Yeah.
two. So, and that would be both not only a tribute to my babies, my fur babies, but a little nod to Charmed. But
Mhm.
I don't know. So this is the Cauldron Chat. So we are going to start off. Not that we haven't technically already started off for 15 fucking minutes. With our lovely Rowan telling us about our hub of the week or of the month, I should say, and our saint of the month. Or do you still need time? It's
I
been a
need someone.
I got you. You just let me know when you're ready. It's been a
Okay.
day, so don't blame us for not being ready.
Girl. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, all right. Anyway, what would we like to discuss first? Because we have plenty of things to discuss, but what would we like to discuss first? We can address the comment that really brought us here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, our lovely Lady Witch commented, she was wondering whether we believe that that spirits are more active during. Let me get my phone so I can just read her comment word for word. I will try to do that. My phone's on 1%.
Speaking of the devil, there she be. Hey, Lady Witch.
Oh my god, say her name and she'll appear us.
Lady Witch, Lady Witch, Lady Witch.
And boom.
Okay, Lady Witch. You know what? You're here. Do you want to let everyone know your comment? No, okay, I got it. It's right here.
I was gonna say, that's a whole lot to type out.
Yeah, no, it's right here. So, Lady Witch commented, do you think spirits are more active during the full moon or the dark moon? I get clear communication during the dark moon, but I resonate better with it than the full moon. It's not something I really paid attention to, but now I'm curious. I'm going to let you guys go with that. I'll give my answer when y'all are done.
Would you like to go first, Abe?
I'm thinking of how I want to word it. So if you want to start, you can.
If you want, I can go first.
Somebody
I'll
go
go
first.
first.
Okay, you go first.
I believe that they're both active at both times, but I feel like that the dark moon, you always hear about Hecate leading the restless dead or other spirits that guide, the ones that are more tormented or more lost. I feel like during the dark moon, when there's no light, there's more of a communication with the spirits that are lost. Meanwhile, the moon might be just every spirit in general, but more so on the divine spirits, the ones that have more light and more um, that weren't so much of a tormented soul.
Like your ancestors.
Yeah.
Like instead of lost spirits in like a old abandoned asylum or something, you're
hmm
talking more like your ancestors.
hmm
Okay, yeah, I I agree with that. That's a great statement. That's a
Because if
great
you
conclusion.
think of the light of the moon as being, the traditional light of the goddess
Right.
and illuminating everything, I feel like it's more of the divine, holier, more illuminated spirits being showered with the light of the goddess.
There's also legend that tells us that at the dark moon, from the dark moon to the full moon, that growing light is the moon collecting spirits. And that at the full moon is when the moon is full of spirits, and then as the light starts to decrease, it's releasing the spirits to where they're supposed to go. That's according to myth and legend, though. So,
I like that one.
Crest.
I was thinking on experiences I've had, and I honestly like. It's like we were talking earlier about when you were down one of your trips.
I think both. I still think both of those trips I was there for the full moon.
I think I need to check on that now that we've talked about it. Or now that I've been reminded.
I don't remember the dates we were there.
I know it's written down somewhere. Like I have it written down.
I know the first time I was there, it was definitely the full moon because we purposely long like prolonged the vacation to get to the full moon.
Yeah, and we worked everything out on the beach, and then we had to kind of revamp and all that stuff.
But yeah, I'm not sure about the second time though. I think it was,
I can't
or
remember.
at least close to it.
Yeah, but like that first trip was the trip where we were getting like slammed at the um, playground.
That was the first trip. No,
Yeah.
well, okay. We were getting slammed at the playground during the first trip, but it wasn't this. It wasn't until the second trip where they literally were like, like they were full blown physical appearances.
Okay, so that was the second trip then.
That was
Or
the
they were
second trip, and
affected.
that I think I blame Samhain on that because
Yeah,
when I
because
tell
that
you
was
full body operations, like
yeah.
I literally stepped up, like I hopped off that fucking swing at one point because I thought it was. I knew it wasn't, but I also wasn't sure that wasn't a physical person charging
Yeah,
at me.
they were
I mean, I
very
knew it wasn't because of what I saw, but like, sir,
yeah. They definitely caught us off guard a couple times, but I feel like it could go. You know what? I don't know if maybe it's not even moon. It's just, or maybe this does incorporate the moon, but like certain celestial events and time periods and parts, like things are just thinner. They're more visible or more people are just more open. Maybe I don't know. I can't determine, and this is like just based on personal experience. I can't determine in which I have more or clearer of either. You know what I mean? Because like it's all the time here. It's all the time when I go downtown. Like, and I never really factored the moon into everything. What y'all are saying makes total sense. I
Mm.
just wish I could remember like times and dates,
Mm.
categorize my experiences. You know what I mean?
I do have a question.
Sure.
Not for you though.
Okay.
What the hell did Lady Witch mean by he wanted to push you, dude? Why did you run? Who ran? Did I miss something?
What happened?
Talking about the spirit.
What was
Oh,
that?
push you on the swing. Push you on the
Oh,
swing.
Jesus.
No, no. Homeboy was not trying to be all helpful. Homeboy
No.
was like aggressive.
Yeah,
Like
no. And I didn't run.
put
I
in my
stepped
space.
like I hopped off the swing, but to like step up to him, like
Yeah.
to stop him, I guess. I don't
Not
know.
really to confront, but like just to
To like put up my barrier. Like you're over there, and I don't care. You could charge all you want, but you're gonna stop right there because then you're gonna enter our space, and then now I got a problem with that. I will say, personally speaking,
for fuck's sake, Kevin, pay attention.
I was about to say, like, is that me? Why are you up here? I was gonna say, is that me being like, forget, like, am I not? Am I being a bad host? I'm not paying attention. Are y'all just talking and I'm not listening or something? Which is not happening.
It's fine.
So I think those. So with me, I agree with the sense of during the dark moon and the full moon, you both have activity. And I also agree with the sense of it just depends. The only thing that's different is that activity that's happening. So, like, for example, with the dark moon, like how Lady Witch, you said that you get clear communication during the dark moon. I could see that. Because during the full moon, that's chaotic. You know, that's like everything happening, chaos everywhere. Everyone is awake and everyone's just being crazy.
Yeah.
And everyone can see everything. I mean, think about it. Like, even the nightlife, the wilderness, like the wildlife is more active during the full moon because they can see more. So they're more out there. You know what I mean? While during the dark moon, everything is darker, everything's more calm, more in the darker realms when you're dealing with the shadow side of things and the not so of light type of spirits. You know what I mean? They might be more active during the dark moon, while like the ancestors and lighter spirits are more active during the full moon. I That's in the air to me, but I definitely think you have a more calmer and a more, if you will, like a meditative type of energy during the dark moon to really reflect on within, while during the full moon, that's everything reflecting outwardly and going crazy.
Like all the signals are crossing each other, and
Yeah, yeah. Like imagine like if we're looking at like a line graph, like the dark moon, everything is just running the way it's supposed to, linear, nice and smooth. During the full moon, everything is bing bang boom boom bing bing bop boop boop boop, everything crazy.
So which would you go spirit seeking in?
Well, both because
Well,
you
yeah, obviously.
deserve both. Like personally speaking, I probably would go more the full moon, and that's only based on the fact that I can see more during the full moon, and things I can see more, I could also see more like things going on. Well, if I'm going out during the dark moon, it's more kind of like if you're gonna use no light type thing, you know what I mean? Like you're just using the moon to actually guide you. You're gonna end up scrying in what you fucking see because it's so dark. You know what I mean? Which is a whole different type of spirit seeking. But if you're actually looking to like see things during that full moon, things are everywhere. Things are crazy.
Do you believe the lunar essence of the moon, the light that the moon reflects onto the surface of the earth, highlights things in the spiritual realm better?
I would say so
I don't
because
know if I would say better or worse. Go ahead, Rowan.
because you know how let's think about it. Let's think about it on like a mundane level. You know, you go outside and the sun's blaring and it burns you and it's hot and it's not so. Sometimes you just don't want to be out there.
Mhm.
But when you're outside during the full moon and the light is being reflected, it's not burning you. So think about that on a spiritual level. Like the sun might disrupt, spirits, just like it disrupts us with like our physical sensations.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
That's a
the
good
moon,
point.
the light that's reflected by the moon is diluted, so
Oh,
it's not being like a nuisance.
I might
Well,
have heard the question wrong.
well, in my memories, the times that I've I've been out during full moons, you know the ring around the moon sometimes where
Mhm.
it's casted. Uh, that's how it comes across to me. Like that's the first little thing that'll catch my eye is that halo effect. You know what I mean?
My
And that's kind of what draws me to. Oh, there's something over there. You know what I mean?
my grandma used to tell me that circle that you see around the moon sometimes was the angel smiling at you.
I've always thought it was something
You know,
else.
you know what I always think it is?
Blood. What?
Blood? Did you say blood? Did you?
No, I think back to
You're a vampire. Shut up.
shut up. That I think back to the practical magic. It's a ring around there. She's like, "Oh, there's blood on the moon."
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. No. No. I think the witch's circle.
Mm.
Mhm.
And like the Ouroboros, everything that represents. That's what and like you can see it. And like like
Yeah,
that's real. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that's not something that's just myth and legend. Like, I see that shit. It's right there. And that to me is a sign of everything in the cosmos. You know what I mean? That's the circle of life, death, and rebirth and everything. But that's beyond the point.
I, I think
What was the question?
I
Because I
don't.
think I misheard it.
I think you did too. I think you
um
weren't paying attention.
Don't get Lady Witch started, please.
She already started. I'm just helping.
They're going to yell at me.
Okay, well, get distracted again. Look at my clean clothes still in the basket. I never made it upstairs this weekend. Winning at life right now.
I mean, when you need a shirt, you do.
Yeah,
Do you have an iron at least?
I don't use an iron. I mean, I own one.
I have such. I'm OCD about my clothes. And that's the Virgo in me. If there is a wrinkle, we got problems.
Your Virgo is less lazy than mine because my Virgo is, can we at least get them in the room? Because I'm having a fit about it, just staring at it, staring
Well,
at
your Virgo enters your emotional realms.
it. Fuck off.
I'm just telling you how it works.
What do you even mean by that?
Well, your moon is the Virgo.
Yeah, I know.
So everyone knows the moon represents your emotional side.
I'm not emotional.
Oh my god.
oh,
Anyway,
so you're all Virgo moons.
no, I'm a Virgo rising.
I'm a Virgo moon. We're opposite.
She's a Virgo moon.
I'm a Taurus moon
I'm an Aquarius moon.
and a Sagittarius rising.
I was gonna say, are you a triple Earth? But you have the fire sign in there.
Yeah.
I got the double fire. I got the double, and then fire.
Yeah. And see,
I got fire, earth, and air.
I'm fire, Earth.
Yeah.
Aries, Leo, Virgo.
Earth, fire.
But okay, so I don't remember your question.
I don't know what it was now either because
It was something about, I mean, because I heard it wrong, I'm the least hopeful. It was something about the light.
Mhm.
The light and how it affects something about I
oh,
thought I had heard it
illumination.
to be, huh?
I was just talking about how things are more like illuminated based on the moon's illumination.
Okay.
Right.
For some reason, I thought you asked the like our spirits more active during full moon or dark moon. I thought you asked their spirits are active during the sun, like during daytime or nighttime. I don't know why. But since we're talking about that, what do y'all
No,
think? You think the what? The what?
no, I was just telling you no to tell you no. No.
Up. Do y'all think spirits are more active during daytime or nighttime, or do you think it's pretty much all the same?
You want an honest opinion that's probably gonna ruffle feathers?
I don't give a fuck about ruffling feathers. Whose channel is this?
Right. I honestly think it goes on probably the same no matter what time of day it is.
Yeah.
Because activity is activity, it's energy,
Activity.
right?
Yeah.
However, I think we are the problem with not being able to see it because we are so like everywhere else.
I agree with you beyond. I think it's not them that depends on day or night. It's us as
It's us.
human bodies. It's our flesh. It's the part of us that's of the earth that makes it where our intuition, our magical side, if you will, is more attuned at night in the darkness. You know what I mean? And I've been in areas where, like the tunnels I went to, outside of the tunnels, no activity. Inside the tunnels, nothing but activity. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I will say those were also otherworldly spirits. They weren't actually even like
Well, that could go into hotspot theory. You know what I mean? Like where
ley
some
lines.
ley lines or just congregational areas for certain elements or
Places of traumatic interest.
yeah, like
Yeah.
there's a reason why and that's not even like if you go to your insane asylum, it doesn't matter if you're in the day or the night, you're gonna get some activity.
Oh my god, it don't. It don't. It's just gonna be scarier at night
Because
because you
half them people in the sane asylum didn't know if it was day or night anyway.
Right.
yeah.
Like they don't and I don't think they're not on a clock like we are. They don't revolve around the same
No.
things that we do in the normal.
The astral realm, the spirit realm, which I don't know about you guys, but to me is one and the same. That don't have day or night like us.
No, it's a different frequency though.
It's a different perception, I think.
Yeah. Lady Witch had a question. And yes, I feel like everybody's got their damn basket. And it's always full of clothes. Does the full moon illuminate more in the spiritual realm? Question mark.
Does the full moon illuminate more in the spiritual realm?
I don't understand the question.
Like, if you can, Lady Witch, explain a little more. I'm gonna try.
Can you
But
elaborate?
I think is she saying is it more potent in the spiritual realm as it is on the physical realm?
Oh,
like how we are, like maybe like how we are more prone to the sun, are they more prone to the moon?
Hmm.
I don't know though.
I mean, I think it could go either
What are
way.
you looking at?
The freaking storm outside.
I
There's a
think of the
storm.
moon as like a lighthouse. It guides the
It,
ship to shore.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a beacon. And thank you, everybody. That was the Cauldron Chat. I am so glad y'all decided to join.
For those who are so lost right now.
On the next episode of Degrassi.
Oh, was it?
Previously on Charmed.
He can recite a whole episode, but you don't remember asking a damn question.
Unless it was a question Prue asked
Even
Phoebe
worse.
3 episodes
Turn
ago.
the ring. Girl, shut up over there. I hear you, Lady Witch.
No,
Hold on,
first
my
of all,
ear
not
ringing.
only did he ask the question, forget it, he was trying to answer some goddamn question. Oh shit. Professional we are.
I
You,
don't
you okay?
know.
Are your eyes wet? Did your eye pee on your face?
It's not crying if it doesn't go over the tear duct.
The rim. It's not crying unless it plops
Right.
over the rim.
Right.
Suck
That's
it
how
in. Suck it in.
that's how men talk. Um
I wish we could find some.
so I'm a little confused now.
Okay, let's just move on. We already answered your stinking question anyway.
Okay.
So, what next?
What about one of the questions that I brought up earlier?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Okay. Okay, so when you come across, a spiritual phenomena, what is something that you would take as like hardcore, truthful evidence that it is a paranormal activity and not just some
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
some kind that it's a hard true evidence that it is some kind of paranormal activity and not some just weird mundane phenomena.
I go in and try to prove it wrong right off the bat. Like,
I am the biggest skeptic in the world.
same. Like, bitch, you got spirits. What?
Like you ain't got spirits. I am a huge
Or
skeptic.
creaks because it needs Earl. You know? No, I like it has to be definitive. Like if I'm in someplace, there has to be so many like not only like bodily triggers in me, like I gotta break it down. I want to look under things. I want to pull on things. I want to jump on the floor.
I wanna be there for a week. I want to be there for a week
That's
because
the
like I don't believe because
say it.
sometimes
With
you
your
need
chest,
to just
say it.
know your environment. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And you need to just spend some time in your environment. And okay, because sometimes you're gonna like go to a different location and you're hearing like the creaking of somewhere and you look and nobody's around you. Bitch, somebody on the second floor. Shut up. Shut up.
You got that random smell of sulfur, but your septic tank's just out of order.
Like shut up. Somebody just like turned on the water for a minute. Like calm down. Calm down.
And not to mention, there's electrical issues that could be happening. There's atmospheric issues that could be happening, like mold. Like
Right.
there's all kinds of things that can lead to like neurological events that will be perceived as like a spiritual encounter or some kind of paranormal phenomenon. Like, you know how long it took me to accept that we had the Whistler? Like, seriously. And this is where I'll say, when people come in my house, I don't tell them shit. I don't say shit because I'm not about to scare anybody. And two, I don't want them doing that every time they hear a weird noise. You know what I mean? Like, it's called the Whistler because that motherfucker whistles.
Right.
It's not because he creaks my floor. You know what I mean?
Right.
He legit whistles.
No, I don't believe a lot of time like I need the hardcore evidence. I need to be in that area alone for a good while because exactly you don't know if it's just the environment you're in or if it's actually something going on. And if something's going on, that in itself breaks down to so much. Because like my aunt, for instance, the other day she came to me and she was like how my cousin was taking a shower and he heard a woman laughing. Right? My first question was the
I'd be
TV
so
on?
mad.
Was the TV on?
Was the TV on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. All right. So, odds are nothing. Even if hypothetically it was, spirits come, spirits go. A lot of people, for some reason, are under the false ideology that this is just our world alone, and it's not. And it's not. They exist just as much as we exist, and sometimes there's just that passing where we hear them, we see them, like it's nothing to worry about.
You also have like beacons in your house, and I think people forget like some items in their homes can be beacons to other spirits.
Yeah,
Like people, items, things, furniture, hand-me-downs, jewelry.
Like that plate you have in the cupboard might just be a plate to you, but it was your great 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 Aunt Fanny's.
It's an anchor. To some people it can be like an anchor piece or a beacon, and
right.
that's getting super technical though. And
Mhm.
that's the side of these shows that are on TV that I have a problem with. Like, you can't be there 24 hours and get 12 different spirits, 3 different floors. Like, you can have stuff set up everywhere, but like to go in and just like, because sometimes, I'm sorry, spirits, in my opinion, are like cats sometimes. They don't want to interact with you until they're comfortable to know how you're going to interact with them. You know what I mean? It's like they can have dormant periods, they can have highly active periods. And then that's like, okay, well, what kind of spirit are we talking about? Are we
Yeah.
talking about somebody on a loop? Are we talking about
Uh,
traumatic? Are we talking like, what are we talking about here?
Right.
And all these shows, they go in and like, oh my god, it's a demon. No, it's not. It's the floor is creaky.
And yeah, and sometimes you'll come across a spirit that's more freaked out about you being there, just as you are freaked out about them being there.
You're in their space. Of course, they're going to act up.
Yeah.
You take a cat off the street and put it in your house, see if it doesn't destroy your shit. Come on now. I've always viewed them as more cat-like than anything.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was the first time I came to your place, anytime I noticed Homeboy, it was because he was checking me out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At first, until the second time around, and that's when, again, I don't know, Soundwind, I don't know, but that's when that motherfucker wouldn't shut up. That night, he would not shut the fuck up. I swear, he was just singing us a song. That's what he was doing. He was singing us
He's
a
doing
song,
something.
and then he kept appearing in full body operations. Like, okay, sir.
Yeah, it's just really weird because like you knew about him from being, us
Yeah.
talking all the time,
Yeah, but
but I didn't be like,
knowing about it and experiencing it,
yeah.
yeah.
Before we go in, he's about, you were like, the hell?
Because I remember the first time Alan was giving you a botched haircut, I think, and I was on the couch on my phone. Huh?
That was lightning. We were on the phone with Rowan. Rowan had called.
Yeah, actually, we were on the phone with you.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with you.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, I'm on my phone. Fucking, I look and I see someone looking at me, but the second I look, they was like, "Oh no!" And then I turn and I see him just walk into the fucking hallway. And then and the boys were upstairs. I'm sorry. At the time, Alex was just upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I saw him, and I was like, homeboy's watching me. Just so you know.
And I was like, yeah, it's fine. He's fine. But I don't think he didn't whistle that visit. I think it was the second visit.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah, it was after I saw him.
Okay. Because like I know there'll be times because he mimics Alex.
Yeah, that's where I don't know if that's where he got it from or what, but
I don't know if he did that, but that's why we started calling him the Whistler because Alex used to have a habit, and I can't now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know if he does it still or not. Now that I'm thinking of it, but he comes down the stairs and he'll whistle, and just because he likes to whistle, and for no other reason. Like
I
he
hate
just
whistlers. My coworker, I love her to death. She has the office right next to me, but oh my god, she just be whistling, and I literally tell her stop it.
Yeah, Alex is a whistler. Like he likes to whistle, and he likes to mimic Alex, not in a bad way. Not a bad way. Don't
Yeah, it's not a fucking skinwalker.
No, just like it's just the tone. So I'm always like, because we sit in the living room, you can't see who's coming down the stairs. You just hear it, which is the other things. Like you can hear somebody, and then you hear the whistle, and you're like, but then nobody shows up in the rest of the house. So you're like, well, Alex, and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's a doozy. It messes with your brain.
Yeah. But when it comes to like, and then that's another thing too. All right, so if you're like asking me about, like, because it depends on the paranormal, right? Huh?
Somebody in the comments said, "I'm so happy I found y'all. Thank you. Welcome to the crazy show."
I'm sorry.
Coming to take me away.
Rowan acts like he's not a part of this. He so is. No, but if we're talking just based on spirits, that's where I will say I have been gifted. Don't know by who, don't know by what, don't know if I just have it naturally, but I've been gifted to where I can sense, see, hear. I have certain gifts where I can tell if there's a spirit here or not. You know what I mean? And if I'm going somewhere and I'm not getting nothing, I mean,
But that doesn't mean it's not there, though. You know, that
well,
goes
and
back.
that's where there's certain cases they don't want you to know,
Right, right, right,
and they
right, right.
will dead ass hide. And that's
Yeah,
and that's again where I need to be in the space for a while. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because you can't just trust one visit. You know?
It drives me crazy. But that goes off to those physical triggers. You know, like hair on your arm, hair on the back of your head, my cheeks.
Visions.
Yeah, my cheeks, my ears,
Yep.
like
Certain
smells.
pains,
Huh?
pains, like certain pains.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
that looming feeling, like
Yeah.
somebody's.
Like somebody's like lurking behind
When
you.
I went into the woods on Midsummer,
Mm-hmm.
I felt, I think it was
A
Hearn.
bear. Mm.
Now,
What kind of bear?
A black bear.
I felt Hearn, who could have been a bear, he could have shapeshifted into a bear, and he was protecting me. So, boom. But I felt the eyes like behind me and like one step with me every step I made. I'm gonna slap this. She was so, it's so funny because after the fact I
Hey,
went
boo
into the
boo.
woods in the middle of the night, she literally was like, "Wait a minute, you went in there and there's bears?"
Backstory is the day before. Was it the day before or the day before that? Within 2 days
What are
of
you
him
talking
going
about?
to the woods, when the fucking bears were in your front yard, bro.
Oh, that was, I don't know. That was okay. I don't know when that was
It was the
because
same fucking week that there was a
wasn't
pack
it?
of bears in your yard.
There was two, not a pack.
That's
Calm
a
down.
couple, a pack, same
There
dip.
was two.
He went strolling in at midnight into the woods alone to do his
I had
spiritual
my
thing.
staff, I had my spirits, I had my gods, I had my angels. Where was I alone?
The only thing you didn't have was bear trap.
I'm not lifting
You
that
didn't
much.
have cheese
That's
strapped to
what
that
it-
ass.
cheese.
Bears don't like cheese.
What? I don't know what bears like.
Peanut,
Honey,
Huh? Benny?
peanut butter, not
Oh,
penny.
get the fucking penny out of your brain.
I
You're
could.
gonna
I
penny me
want.
to death.
It's
B says
delicious.
penny, and it's a fucking rump roast.
Don't disrespect. You are on a mission tonight. First Charmed, now Benny. Shut up.
It's a roast with sofrito, garlic with.
What'd you just say?
Sofrito and garlic.
It's garlic.
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 Okay,
Garlic.
ajo,
Garlic. Ow.
ajo.
Bear spray works when the gods are laughing.
Ajo is garlic in Spanish.
Garlic.
I don't speak Spanish. I'm very much Spanish, but I don't speak a lick of it.
Other than penny.
Bear spray works when the gods.
Oh, I'm not the only one on a mission tonight.
What? Right? What? Girl, what I did to you?
Oh,
What?
you want me to list them off?
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
You always threatening to, you see that face? You always threatening to hurt me.
I'm because
Abusive.
ooh. Marty.
Hello. Marty, this is the reason why I didn't make it to the family chat till the very end. You weren't there. I was alone with 4 people I didn't even know, so I got out of there.
Well, she just unleashed on you, Marty. I'm sorry about that.
She's my sister.
Welcome to the party.
She knows
No,
me.
that's
She
yeah.
knows me.
Yeah. Anyway, so paranormal, right? Do you have her urban saint at all?
Oh my god.
We gotta educate. Yo, Sid came here for some education.
Okay. I don't. Okay, I can say the saint, but I really don't know too much about him. But I know the main facts. What? Okay, Saint Cyprian was a in the story he was a pagan necromancer turned saint, but he still practiced necromancy. And a lot of people have Saint Cyprian on their altars and invoke him for witchcraft workings and stuff like that. Um, He's dressed up like a bishop and he holds a book. So it's huh?
I feel like he's saying something, but I can't hear him. Like I can hear you, Rowan. Or is Rowan frozen? Am I frozen? Is
I'm
it my
good. You're muted. Yes,
Hi, you. Numbnut.
Nimrod.
Dingleberry. Push the button. Push.
So he's dressed up like, yeah, we hear you. He's dressed up as a bishop, and his colors are purple and black and white. And a lot of people have him on their altars for of the calling of the dead and the necromantic works. And then the herb.
Marijuana.
We haven't done camphor, have we? Because it's actually an herb.
But is it?
Well, it's a resin,
Okay,
which is technically within the same realm of an herb. So
up to us.
I like camphor because it's like one of those like the thing about camphor is I like it because if you just put a match to it, it just bursts into flames and it stays lit. And if you've seen a lot of Hindu rituals, they use the camphor as like a way to give light to their deities, and they do a circle around it.
Okay.
Very toxic to animals, so don't burn it or use it within their presence.
Yeah.
No, yeah. If you have
But
it in your house, do not burn that shit inside.
because you can use it, you can boil it and use it as a water. You can crush it up as use it in a powder. You can actually take the briquettes and put them in the four corners of your house to protect an area. And if you look at it, you see how the camphor briquettes have that hole in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect size to put a penny in it, so you can put it in for purification and protection, or just the copper of the penny as like a protective ward.
Okay.
And it's also good for vapor rub has some camphor in it.
Oh,
So a lady told me a long time ago that if you take a briquette of camphor if you're sick and wrap it in a towel and keep it under your pillow, overnight that shit will just start draining from you.
oh wow.
Hmm. Does that work for allergies also?
I guess you could try it, yeah.
Why not? I do love camphor. And what was I gonna say about camphor? Oh, and it's the cleansing properties and the protection properties. Yeah, no, it's in one of my protection mixes that I use for a barrier around the house to keep
Mhm.
the area cleansed, but to give it a cleansing and to keep the wards up.
Yeah, and if you need like an instant fire and not need all that wood or alcohol, you can just carry on a briquette with you, and like I'm serious, just touch it with a flame and it sets on fire.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the little alcohol tablets that you can get for
Hmm.
the little alcohol stoves.
Hmm. Hmm.
They have a name.
Especially good when you need like a makeshift campfire and you have spirits you need to like chase away.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also good to keep away insects.
Oh yeah. It's like a citronella type of activity.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
I feel
Literally
like,
just that shit. Boom.
yeah, when we were outside the other night, my rosemary which I think I'm going to set some aside because it was fresh. It didn't burn properly, but like the next day, I was like doing something and something came across where you burn rosemary to keep mosquitoes away naturally.
Hmm.
See, I just be knowing shit. I just be knowing shit. It didn't work
See,
so fresh, but I just be knowing shit.
Do you work when you busted out the sage?
No, I think it. I think this they had. No, I mean I couldn't tell a difference. Let me say that
Okay,
because
so
there's so much smoke anyway. Mosquitoes don't like smoke, so
so they were gone.
yeah. I only got bit like twice.
Okay, yeah, we need bug spray when I come down.
I've got some in my car now because of that last issue at the bridge. We got eaten. I mean, when we were fishing, got eaten alive. I keep that shit on me all the time now.
Yeah, I don't like mosquitoes. That's the one thing I hate about this season. But other than that,
What else do you want to talk about? We've been on here 54 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone has any more questions about paranormal, drop them below. But let me ask y'all this though:
Mhm.
What do y'all think of ley lines? Like, what are y'all theories? Like, y'all fuck with ley lines?
I don't know enough about them to really give. I've heard about them. I've read about them loosely, but like I don't
Yeah,
know
I
or
want to know
experience.
how to like find them, but I don't want like an app because I don't trust them.
Dowsing rods. No, that's what everybody always says, but like
Yeah, I don't know how much I trust them either.
Angel Song.
So,
You know where to get my cards right there.
aliens, bro. When you believe in aliens,
Of course,
yeah, yeah.
the universe is how big and still expanding.
Exactly.
Like, how can you not believe in aliens? The fact that the universe is still, if you think about it, and if you're somebody so closed-minded to paranormal or like spiritual stuff, think about the universe. Where did it come from? Where did it go?
You mean,
Yeah,
where
Like,
did
why is it still expanding? What's after the universe? Is it
and
just
see,
pitch black?
we don't think about that. We don't think about that because
So
if we
do
start thinking
you
about this rock we're floating on, what?
Yeah,
do
we're just a
you
fucking rock.
think that aliens, like certain aliens, because aliens have been around, I think longer than humans. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Definitely certain types
I
of.
believe this is their dumping ground. Just
And I was just gonna say, do y'all think we're
We're
the
the
aliens here, or are they?
we're the
No.
Australia of the galaxy.
right, exactly. 100% believe that. And we just took that idea and was like, you know what? Tell you're in Australia. Take all our trash.
I don't.
We love Australia, by the way, but I'll never
I love
visit.
the Gold Coast. Everything else that has giant huntsmen's, burn it alive.
No, yeah, you won't catch my ass in Australia.
No, that's where monsters are.
Yeah,
Literal, like there's monsters there.
yeah.
I'm
I
good.
don't fuck with monsters like that. No.
No.
If I gotta talk to you and there's a spider the size of me on my wall, I'm gonna die.
I'm going to literally, I'm gonna die from fear and just instant death.
I'm just
Have you
gonna.
ever have you
I'm
ever
gonna
just,
turn, run, fall, break my neck.
Mhm. Have you ever just sat there and thought about black holes? Where does that shit go?
Okay, so I watched Neil, what's his name?
Don't
Neil
say.
deGrasse Tyson. What?
I said, don't say Armstrong.
I was about to say Armstrong.
Isn't it Neil deGrasse Tyson or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I watched something of his. I forget what it's called, but he was saying that like black holes, in a sense, like people wonder what black holes. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my mic just unplugged, so I don't know how y'all hear me. Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah. I'm just gonna make some audio real quick.
Okay, can you hear me now? We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Nice.
what the fuck? Oh yeah. So he was saying that people wonder what a black hole would look like, and he basically said, "Look around you." Like we like this would like if we went into a black hole, it'd still just be all of this. It's worlds within worlds within worlds within worlds. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Which
Like
is
we're probably in a black hole, in a
We've
black hole, in a black hole, in a black hole.
there's somebody came out and said something about we are in a black hole that's it like our shifts that we keep feeling. You know, we feel like there's been a timeline bleep or like
Or
a
Mandela effects.
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we're in that black hole phase and we're just shifting through those territories.
Parallel universes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Universes, not territories. I don't know why I said that.
Well, they need to go ahead and shift again because I'm sick of this one.
All I'm saying is the history book in 20 years is going to look real fucked up. Okay.
It already looks fucked up. What are we talking
It was fucked up before it started. It's going to be more fucked up here now.
Yeah.
That is a new word. Fucked up here.
Fucked up here. But
Fucked up east.
what were we talking about?
Black holes.
Black holes. Oh yeah, thank you. Yes. So, and I trust him. I don't know why, but I trust him. I don't trust a lot of things or a lot of people or even organizations, but I trust Neil.
What if he said that spiders are actually good for the population?
then he's a fucking idiot because we all know like you're a dumbass for even thinking
Well,
that. Don't even get into the whole like. Look, I know what some of them do, but that's not what all of them do, and we all know that. And the scariest looking ones probably are the ones that really can just all die. You know, the ones catching mosquitoes and eating bugs, they're like this fucking big and have webs like outside. Like they're cool. They're chilling. Leave them alone.
Well, some of the most dangerous ones are the ones you can't see.
well, you know, they say that daddy long legs is one of the most poisonous, but it's too
It's
small.
the only
to bite.
spider I'm not afraid of.
It's the only one that
And
can't.
jumping spiders. I'm not afraid of jumping spiders.
It literally they can't get it.
Right. Like they try so hard though, and we just be pulling their legs off. It's horrible.
Yeah. Oh, so now you're for the spiders' rights?
I'm just really trying to pretend like I didn't do that either as a kid, but
Yeah, be appalled, be shocked, be amazed.
how dare you?
Yeah. Be a Paul, be a Peter.
You can be a Joseph. I don't care. Legs are coming off.
You'd be Mary and Jesus.
If
All
I
I'm
see a daddy long leg and
saying
you
is
just
if-
rip off its leg, I'm gonna slap the shit out you.
I'm gonna braid it into a necklace for you.
now, I'm just saying I've done it. We've all done it, just like we've all burnt ants in a magnifying glass. Hush.
And poured salt on slugs.
Right. Oh. Yeah.
My dad taught
We
me
were horrible
the
kids.
magnifying glass one.
Yeah, we were horrible kids.
My mom got so mad at him that he taught me how to do that.
Well, I mean,
That's not fair. You can smoke
morally, it's not right, but
in
you
your
know,
shed.
ew.
I really
Fuck.
shouldn't, but you know.
No, but I mean, well, the spirits. If I had my own shed, I wouldn't mind because the spirits, you know, they get to smoke anyway.
Well, as
So I
bad
wouldn't-
as it sounds, I'm sitting right next to the air conditioner and it just kind of floats into the filter. Don't think that's
Right.
good, but you know.
So not good. That's so not good. I don't think I smoke in here.
April.
I got lost in where we were at. What are we talking about?
Black holes.
I thought we were talking about smoking. What was that?
We were well. I would say because he was smoking a cigarette and I was jealous.
I know. I want to go and have one.
I know, me too. But I'm unalive.
Y'all got a she shed, you could.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If I had my own like shed, like I wouldn't. I would smoke in there. I wouldn't mind that.
This gosh darn $12,000 shed.
I have a question.
Huh?
Yes.
Back to the paranormal, just for a second,
Please.
okay? Because everybody has their own little whatever triggers, whatever you want to call it, signs, symptoms, whatever. Do you like? I'm going to ask this, knowing the answer for us, okay? Do you trust when people on TV, like renowned psychics, mediums, whatever, go to these places and they're there for like 3 seconds and they're like, it's haunted, and they hadn't even been inside the motherfucker yet? Because like sometimes, yeah, you can get a vibe. Let's not ignore the vibe. You can get a vibe from a place. A place can look spooky as shit
And have no energy.
yeah, not have a goddamn thing in it. The most mundane house can be the most evil block. But like, do you trust those people? Like, if you were to roll up on the Amityville house and you're like, bitch, I don't feel shit, would that rock your world?
Bitch, I don't even trust Ed and Lorraine Warren half the time. Like,
I saw something on them the other night and I was like, oh my God.
like, I have a lot of respect for them,
Yeah.
but as far as their
The more research I do, the more I don't like them.
the more, I mean, again, I have respect for what they did for the community. That is it.
Yeah.
Even because you gotta at least I mean, for me anyway, I respect even like the worst of us because they teach us what not to do. Like
Right.
Aleister Crowley taught us
Right.
what not to do in the
That's-
realms of the occult.
I would trust Miss Cleo first.
Look, Miss Cleo was an upright standing member of the community.
Just saying.
Right.
Even
And-
to this day, she still has a tarot deck.
right. I kind of want it too. I've always
It's
wanted
only
her.
$5.
Well, you know, she's not around no more. She don't need that money like she used to.
Mhm.
Yeah, but no, I don't. No, absolutely the fuck not. I do have a question for you guys though. Before we wrap it up,
Mhm.
I do want to ask each and every one of you, and I'll give my own story if I can think of one. What was y'all's worst, scariest, or best paranormal experience?
Mm. I have one ingrained in my brain when I was like maybe 6 or 7 years old.
Okay.
I remember being in the truck going home with my parents in the back seat, of course, because I was little, and it was dark in the night, of course, as the night should be. Um, and there's this. If you could imagine like a balloon flying outside and it hits the window and it sticks for a little bit and then goes off,
Yeah.
it was like that, but it was a face.
Mm,
Mm.
And that's the one thing that sticks out of my mind from
yeah.
decades ago.
I do have a slight memory of something similar to that, but I wouldn't say that's my worst one. But
Mhm.
go ahead, Chris.
Um, Probably when I was about, let's see, I would have been in sixth grade. I don't know how old I was, 10 maybe? I can't remember. I feel like I was young, like 10, 9, 10, 11, in there somewhere. So I was in middle school. And I got invited to a birthday party for a chick I went to school with. And her name, here's where I can't remember if her name was Helen or the spirit's name was Helen. Now, you would think I went to this chick's birthday
I'm
party.
tired of that damn name.
I know. I can't remember if I want to say her name was Helen,
Mhm.
and maybe I don't remember the spirit's name, but Helen's what's sticking with me. But
Killer.
no, she lived in one of those. It was in New Bern, North Carolina, and she lived in one of the old like Victorian type houses that had been remodeled a million times, and her parents bought it and they remodeled it, and they had this one room that was closed off. It had those pocket doors.
Yeah.
And the girl, which I think her name was Helen, she was daring people to go in there because that particular room had like spirit in it. And I was like, girl, I got you. I'm down. Because I'm
Sleep goes.
a dumb kid that's interested. And so I go in there and I'm like nosing around, and her mom kept all her china. She had a nice, like formal, like really nice hardwood formal dining room set with the cabinet and the hutch and all that shit. And there was stuff everywhere. Like I think now that I'm recalling, I feel like she used it as like a craft room, but or she had a lot of shit on the table. Anyway, I was in there and there was a bird cage in there, but there wasn't a bird in it. I remember that too. And I was in there for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, not very long at all. And the doors started chitter chattering. Now, mind you, you could think, oh, that's the kids fucking with me on the other side. Well, the kids were all outside.
Right.
So I had come in with just Helen. Helen could have been doing it, but she couldn't do both at the same time. Yes, there could have been another kid doing it, but the sense that I got was like that room was going to collapse on top of me.
Uh-huh.
I was in somebody's space that I shouldn't have been in, and that scared the shit. I didn't see anything. It was just the feeling.
Yeah.
Now, that brings me to my next thing. Do you trust your feelings when you've been hyped up to expect something? Or do you go in there flatline? Not flatline, but like flat. You know what I mean?
The spirit's a flatline, babe.
Yeah.
No, I
People
don't.
are very reactive. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I tune them out. Okay, if I'm going into something that I know is going to be like someone's explaining something to me, I'll try to put up some type of protections where, like, because hello, sometimes we're empaths.
Yeah.
And not all an advocate for not all empaths liking to be empaths. But we don't all deal with our gifts the best ways.
Right.
But because of that, so I like to put up some protections because they're gonna explain and try to get me to feel what they're feeling, or like try to like suggest or an experience or whatever the hell they do.
That suggestion.
Yeah, and that's where like I basically tune them out, and
Mhm.
then and that's where again I like to do things solo. You know what I mean, or with my people, where I'm going to basically just tune everything out, tune everything in all at the same time, and then just go into the property and then
Yeah.
see what happens. And again, not you just because you do it at once doesn't mean you're gonna. That doesn't mean shit. You know, people have been possessed and they're not possessed. Like doesn't mean they weren't possessed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Well, that's what I think people forget. And like as we're younger, we don't know to do such things because we haven't learned those things yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like that experience freaked me out enough to like dig into certain things,
Hmm.
at the public library because that's all we had back in the 1800s when I was around. But like that was an eye-opening experience, and I still think about it to this day on like, well, what was and what wasn't. You know what I mean? And I like revisiting places, and I can never revisit that particular thing since it's not my house.
Yeah, no, there's actually a graveyard because, and I had a childhood friend back in the day, and we had a lot of experiences together in both his place and at my place. There was one night at my house, we both were just sitting in my room talking, and we heard in the corner of the room someone just like it was in like it was just like okay. You know when your bed is up against the wall and you have that crack right there?
Uh-huh.
Inside that crack, we heard shh as we were talking, and we both fucking ran out screaming. That shit was so weird. But we've had many experiences, and he back in the day had basically like a graveyard in his backyard.
Mm.
And I even asked him like if he remembers where he lived, and he don't. But because I try to go into that fucking graveyard back, and I'll never know. So
Yeah.
I think sometimes spirits just do shit to us just to get a laugh.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I agree with you there.
Because I would.
They get our attention. I think that's their way of like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
I'm here.
It's like, hey buddy, watch this. Hold my beer.
Right.
right. So my like most terrifying experiences. There's technically two stories with it, but it's from the same spirit. Back like I lived in that house back in the day.
Oh, I know where you're. Yeah.
Attached to this apartment. And when I was very young and first moved in here, there was a night, and you know I was young because there was a quote unquote girlfriend involved.
Mm.
But we were like in middle school, so nothing real, obviously.
You're just a girl that was a friend.
So basically, I had my friend over, and it was like around July 4th, and we were just sitting in my room, I think watching TV, until out of like the door was shut. I had like one of those stand-up fans, but it was unplugged, and so we were watching TV, and I remember the TV going out. I remember the fan starting to slowly turn, and and I look at the window and it's shut. So I'm like, and we both notice it, and we're like, "What's going on?" And then my curtains started doing this blowing stuff, like there's wind. And then as we're both like seeing this all unfold, the fan is going faster. The curtains are going crazier, and I swear it was like a fucking cyclone in my bedroom for a good like 5 to 10 seconds, and then it just went out. And like, cause like there was wind blowing everywhere, shit like, and it just died. That disturbed the fuck out of me. And then years later, still in that house during around Christmas time, this same spirit. Now he was because I've had a medium actually come to the house before because of how fucked up that house was back then. Because there was many spirits in that house, and this particular spirit that made that cyclone happen also made. He was an alcoholic, and my father kept his alcohol in the laundry room at the time, which was attached to the kitchen, right? And which was so it was like laundry room, kitchen, living room, and then a hallway to all the bedrooms and stuff, and upstairs. And we had at the time the Christmas tree, right? So now the only light that was on was a light near like the Christmas tree. So in the kitchen and everything in the laundry room, pitch black. The hallway to upstairs and all the bedrooms, pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing the drawers banging because he liked to do that a lot. But for some reason, he was really banging the drawers that night. And the energy that came with it overcame. Like I was fearful for some reason. And then I look over and the Christmas tree was shaking. and all the fucking bulbs were fucking shaking, and I was like, nah, that ain't fucking real. And I'm looking into the kitchen, into the pitch blackness where the banging is happening. I'm looking to where my bedroom is, but it's pitch blackness, and I'm afraid right now of anything dark. And I'm literally standing by the light, like petrified, like a little girl, for a good like 2 minutes while everything's happening, and then I just ran because I was just at some point the fear just overcame, and I just booked it. But that spirit was a motherfucker. So he was out here starting cyclones. He was out here fucking shaking goddamn trees and banging on cabinets trying to get the alcohol. Oh no.
You know what spirit that was?
Huh.
Shax.
Shut the fuck up. See,
I found it.
let's see how thick.
I found it. Looking for something fucking else.
Let me see how thick it is.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those are good sized books though.
yeah.
But those are my two like craziest paranormal experiences. I'd say like to date. And one of them is probably just because of the fear that that overcame me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would shit a brick.
Because I mean, don't get me wrong. We've had some actual demonic paranormal activity. I've had some servitor paranormal activity. I've had my shares of crazy, but those two, I don't know. The cyclone was just weird as fuck. Like, who just starts a tornado in my damn bedroom? That was rude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay, you guys want to wrap this up though? Yeah. Okay, I can see. All right. Well, that is it for tonight. This was a lovely chat. Crescent, anything to say?
Hallelujah. No,
What?
hallelujah. I don't know. That's all.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. No. Happy haunting. Oh.
Happy Dark Moon, guys. Happy Dark Moon.
Go get into trouble. Tell us all about it later.
Exactly. All right, guys. You have a great night. Rowan, have a great night, and we will all chat later.
Yes.
Until next time, happy Dark Moon.
Bye bye.
Toodaloo.